love story.
Hello, friends. Good evening. Welcome to the Love Talk Show. Tonight, love story. Hi, Mila.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening. And we have this beautiful couple here with us, Oliver and Keisha from Wood Green.
Yes. Indeed.
Welcome, guys.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the program. Are you guys ready?
We are ready, yes.
By the way, we are going to inaugurate
A new segment.
a new segment here of the program. Thanks,
Yeah.
Mila. Is a couples game, Mr. and Mrs. Right? And you guys have the privilege to be the first ones
We're gonna set
to
the
play the
pace.
game.
Yeah.
And you guys have to answer. Who is more likely to, and this and that. So if it is the guy, you're gonna raise the blue racket. Or if it's you, the woman, the man or the woman, the pink. Very easy. And we're gonna give scores. There's gonna be 10 questions, 0 to 10.
Cool.
All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
Great, yeah.
Ready?
Yes, you guys ready?
Yes.
We're ready.
So how much do you think they know each other? Okay, let us know in your comments there.
Who's gonna win the game?
Who's gonna win the game? Is it Oliver or is it Keisha? Do you know them? Which branch did you belong to before you got married? Always
Green.
Wood
Yeah.
Green,
Green?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always Wood
Always
Green.
with green.
Yeah.
So you guys ready?
Ready.
Yes. So 2 for you, Keisha. This is for you.
Thank
You know how to play the game. And
So back to
Oliver.
back.
Thank you.
I'm gonna ask you, Keisha, to turn a little bit as well. You can pull your mic
You can put your mic to
to your side. Yes, very well. Perfect. All right, are we getting them? Okay. All right, guys. So let's see who's gonna win, huh? Okay, Mila, the questions.
the question. Question number 1. Is there like a game sound effect or something? We need
Eddie,
to go- okay,
we need your
he's
help
gonna
there.
take care of that. Okay. So question number 1. Who complains the most?
Very well. You got it right. 1 point. Oliver, you complain the most, eh?
I do. Pass that,
Okay.
honestly.
All right. Good thing you recognize that. That's a beginning. Okay.
Okay, question number 2. Who wastes the most time?
Waste the most time. Oliver. That's easy. All the answers are Oliver. 2 points. Very well. We got it right.
Who is the calmest and most relaxed?
Calmest and most relaxed. Oliver knows. Keisha. Keisha. You cannot look at this screen.
It's true.
Oh yeah, I forgot there was a screen.
She can see you.
Eddie, you have to remove the screen there. Keisha, you're not looking at the screen, right? You're being honest.
I'm being honest, yeah.
How about this third question that you took long?
I just had to think about it. I didn't look, I promise.
Okay, all right. Okay, we
keep my
believe
head
in you.
down.
So 3 points. All the answers are easy. Oliver.
Yeah, basically.
Eddie, you have to cover the screen there.
Yeah, but you have to leave it on them so the people can
Yeah,
see.
yeah. Okay.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. All right, Oliver. All right. Okay,
Who-
3 points now.
3
Okay.
points. Okay. Who drinks the most coffee?
Oliver. Oh, that's easy. 4 points.
What's going on?
Okay.
Okay. Who feels the most the heat most?
Who feels the heat
Like who
most?
feels hot the most? That's always hot or feels more hot.
We got it wrong.
Tiebreaker.
No. Okay, so we have 4 points and 5 questions now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Who is the most creative?
Most creative. Oliver, we're waiting on you. Okay,
Okay,
very well,
good
very
job.
well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 5 out of 6. We got 5 out of 6. Okay.
Who has the neatest handwriting?
Oh,
The neatest handwriting.
Okay.
For sure. Okay. 6 out of 7.
Who gets tired most quickly?
oh my gosh.
Keisha.
It's so easy.
Okay.
Who is the most reliable?
Most reliable.
No, I have to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good job. Who is the noisiest?
Noisiest.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got 9 out of
Oh.
10 questions.
Wow.
9, almost a perfect score. Very
Almost,
well.
yeah,
Okay.
almost.
Yay.
Yourselves an applause.
All right, dear. Put there. Yes. Round of
Oh,
applause.
yes.
Very
Oh,
good,
yes.
guys.
So which one was the
you.
one that you got it wrong?
Which one was it?
The calm is the most relaxed, I think.
Yeah.
He's the most calmest.
relaxed, right?
Yeah, that's
He's
the
the
one. Yeah.
calmest.
Yeah. So who is the calmest and most relaxed?
Well, it varies. It depends.
Yeah, it depends on the situation. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Depends
At
on the
night, I'm
situation.
more calm because I'm tired. That's how I fall asleep very quickly. But yeah, it just depends, like what we're doing, where
Yeah.
we're going.
So if we had asked the time of the day,
yeah,
who's the
we
calmest in the morning? Who's the calmest at night?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
would
You
have.
would have got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
definitely.
But you got a very good score.
Yeah.
Again,
Yes.
there,
Very
there,
good.
there are no losers in this game, right?
Yeah,
it's
there's
just
no
it's just for
loser.
fun. There are no losers,
Yeah.
right? And the questions are all different.
Yeah.
Sometimes
they're
you
nice
get easy
questions.
questions. Sometimes you get hard questions. I think in the Love Walk we came up with very hard questions.
Yeah, what was the woman wearing in the first day? I don't remember what I was
Yeah,
wearing
like,
on my
those
first
questions
day.
were
Yeah,
tough.
no, the questions
Yeah,
were tough.
they
Were
were
tough. Yes,
Yeah.
I felt bad later. Who likes fish and chip the most?
Oh yeah.
Who likes fish
yeah.
and chip the most?
Fish and chips.
Because she likes seafood.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. You
I would've said
you.
you.
Got right.
Yeah.
But I would have said him. So
Oh, you would have said him. So you
yeah,
see?
because I never used to eat fish. Well, we both never
Ah.
used to eat fish,
Yeah,
but then
yeah, true.
somehow.
Okay, and friends, how is your love story? You're from the same branch, right?
Yep, that's right.
When did you come to church? Did you come about the same time? Who is older in the church? What's the story? How did you meet? How did you start talking?
Well, I guess I started from when I was really, really young. My mum brought me to the church when I was really young. And so I'd always been in the church. Always been coming to the church, always, coming to the youth group, but I was never taking anything seriously. So I was always the class clown. Similar to how I was at school, I was very much the same in the church. So I wasn't taking anything seriously.
Because of that, Oliver,
yeah.
Did you have bad relationships, bad experiences? Did you leave the church? Did you go through, bad experiences in your love life because you disobeyed, because you got it wrong, you didn't want to do the right thing?
Yeah, many times. So I obviously whilst I was still a young person, so about 16, 17, I was always in various relationships. So I don't remember a day where I actually had a solid, firm relationship for more than a week. And I was always with a different girl every single day. And so there was actually a particular song that I used to listen to from a particular rapper, and the chorus of the song was talking about how he had a different girl every day of the week. And so I sort of aspired to be like that. And that's exactly what happened. I literally had a different girl. It was Stacy on Monday, Tuesday was Tracy, Wednesday was Wendy, so every single day was a different girl. I never used to see relationships as something that was valuable, really.
Even though growing up in church.
Yeah, exactly. So I never took anything seriously, as I said. So, and previously, obviously, the house that I grew up in as well, my upbringing, I saw my mum and dad weren't together as well. So they both lived in different houses. They were divorced, and so there wasn't a peaceful relationship between them as well. So I was always bouncing between houses, and it was always a thing of, oh, when you go to your mum's house, if I'm coming from my dad's house and going to my mum's house, when you go to your mum's house, tell her she's stupid. And then I would go to my mum, but I wouldn't say that. And then obviously when I was coming from my mum's house to my dad's house, I'll tell your dad that he's an idiot. And it was just constantly just back and forth, and I was always in the middle. So it was just a mess, honestly. Love life just was non-existent and was just a mess.
And you, Keisha, when did you come to church? How is your story?
So I was actually invited by someone who was actually with at the time. So they invited me to the church, and we were together for like 3 years.
A boyfriend?
That invited me to the church. But I really wanted to take my faith seriously. Like I wanted to know more about God and how to develop in my faith. But and I knew the relationship that we had wasn't right at the time, so I just decided to just cut it off at that moment.
He used to come to church and
Yeah.
he brought you.
Yeah,
But he was a very good Christian because he was doing wrong things, right?
yeah, yeah,
So he wasn't a very good example for you.
yeah,
So when you came to church, you heard and you understood more than he did.
yeah.
And you decided to break up to start living a clean life with
Yeah.
God.
So
And you were how old? Sorry.
when I came to the church, oh gosh, I think I was 14, 15, if I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
mistaken. So I came when
Alright.
I was quite young. But talking about that, when I grew up, I always used to go for guys who were much, much older than me, like 5, 10 years older than me, just because people say it's daddy issues. So I had significant daddy issues. I grew up without a dad. And my mum, you know, she had various partners. So that just brought a lot of trauma, you know, just finding different guys. I would never ever date a guy who was my age. If they were like the same age as me, then it would just turn me off
How old are
instantly.
we talking about? You were 15?
I was
let's say?
15. I would date guys who were in college. When I was in primary school, I dated a guy who was in college. I would, of course, lie about my age, tell them I was, you know, 16, 18. But anyone who was the same age as me was a no for me. So always going for guys who were 5, 6, 7, sometimes even 10 years older than me. So, yeah, I was just completely just messed up.
So when you came with 15, you decided to break up.
Yeah.
Okay, very
Um,
nice.
yeah.
And you decided to follow God, right?
Well, I tried to. So along the journey of following God, I was trying to get close to God. And then later on, I decided to leave. I left the church for a while. And it was actually Oliver who was the one that brought me back to the church
Really?
during the love school. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that very well. Yeah. Yeah.
How school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Of all
Yeah.
events.
It
Yeah.
was an event.
Yeah, well, I was actually, so the funny thing is I was working for the church, but I wasn't attending the church.
Ah, okay.
So
okay.
I was still here, but I wasn't here. Like I was just far gone. So I just did an absolute madness. Yeah, when I left the church.
So he invited you back.
He did, yeah. Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
So your boyfriend, he brought you to church,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
You left, and now Oliver, your
Yeah.
future husband,
He brought me back.
brought you back to
Yeah.
the church. Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
So you became friends even before you left the church.
Yeah.
Were you in the VYG together? You were 15. You were how old?
So he's 5 years older than me.
Okay.
So he was 20.
20?
20? Is it?
You were in the same group, VYG.
Yeah.
He was actually
Yes?
my leader at one
Yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah.
Ah, okay,
But when
okay.
he was my leader, that's when he was literally helping me spiritually, helping me
Right.
develop as a youth and just giving me the right mentorship. So he was a really good leader. But then only when I decided to leave, and then probably like a year or two later, that's when we were like, oh, you know, starting noticing each
Yeah.
other. But when we were in the VYG together, we were just so focused on the VYG, the youth
Yeah.
group. We were just so engrossed in that. We
So
just,
so at first, Oliver, you wouldn't see her in this way. like,
No, because I thought if, to be honest, at the time I was speaking to someone else, if I'm honest. So I was speaking to someone else, and I just saw her as one of my youths, you know, someone I'm
So-
looking after. Exactly, yeah,
You
yeah,
were
yeah, yeah.
you were taken care of.
Exactly,
Exactly,
that, yeah.
And when you brought her back, how old were you?
when I
you,
came back, so I left when I was about 18. So I came back when I was 19.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah.
19,
Yeah.
And when did you start seeing each other,
Like noticing.
noticing
From
each
20,
other?
I think from 2015. So a year after the love school. The love school was in 2014, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
Yeah.
So a year
The
after.
then you came back.
Yes. So then that's when I started to, you know, develop again, start working on my spiritual life, started to get strong again. And that's when I started to find my feet spiritually. And in 2015, we started to notice each other. Yeah, but it was just in a very awkward way because we will speak to the assistants that were in our branch and say, oh, I like this person. And then he will always deny that he didn't like me. He will always deny. And because he denies he didn't like me, I was like, I don't like him too. But the assistants in our branch could see that, you guys like each other. our
But
friends
would you
as
talk
well.
to each other in the branch, or
we-
were in the same group, or just attending?
Yeah,
Or-
no,
We were still in
yeah,
the
we was-
we were still in the same
still-
group together. So
yeah.
we're still in a VYG together. We were just, I don't know, it was just very strange. We'll see each other and then we would just make little jokes with each other, like just very childish jokes, like, oh, look at you, like, oh, why you
Did
looking
you
at me?
know that he liked you?
Because he was always around me. He would always try to, when I was talk to someone, he would always try to, jump in a conversation, chime in. So I just thought, like, why is he always around? Like, what does he want? But then because he was
Did
always
you notice
around,
that she liked you, Oliver?
To be honest, I was completely oblivious. I had no
But you
idea.
liked her. You knew you liked her.
I think so. I think I did. Yeah. I think I did. I can't remember. But I remember someone saying, "Oh, I know that Keisha likes you because of the way that she behaves when she's around you and she does certain things." I'm like, what are you talking about?
So we had these people. Who are these people? Assistants? Who are these people? The love
Yeah.
team? Who
it
are
was
they?
assistants in our branch.
Assistants.
close
They
friends
wouldn't
as well.
notice more than you did.
Yeah.
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 And they would comment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. There was one assistant who was just, he really tried to help. He really did try to help, especially
Mila,
on-
the importance of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? We told the singles in the Love Walk, we told the singles yesterday, make friends. Make friends. Who doesn't show up, who doesn't have friends, is not remembered. And maybe you don't see anyone, but make friends. Maybe that person later on will help you. Let that person know someone that can refer to a friend, right? And you see, because of these friends that you had, they were setting you up.
Yeah.
Or they at least noticed something that you
Exactly.
couldn't notice, Oliver.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
That you had and you couldn't diagnose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
Right?
Basically.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
That's the importance of the love team, Mila.
Yeah.
The assistants and the friends in general, right? It's a different opinion. Someone from outside, someone who
They can see like what's going on, right?
they can see because they
Yeah.
know you.
Yeah.
The friends, they know you, your behavior. They know when you acting weird. What's
Yeah.
wrong? Why is he acting weird? And they look around. They connect the dots. Maybe it's because of the person.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why is Keisha weird? Whenever Oliver comes around, I think they like each other.
That's exactly what was happening, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. That's very
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
And sometimes you don't have the courage to start a conversation, to start this topic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
To
To actually go up and say, look, what's going on? Do you like me? Or
yeah. I think this is one of the hardest things to
Yeah.
start, to recognize, right? How you go from a friendship to
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
else, right?
Relationship.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
It's a big jump. It's a
Yeah.
big leap.
But if
It's a
someone
big risk.
comes and gives that little push,
It helps.
it helps
Sometimes
a
you need
lot.
someone to just go push you, and you have to. You have to,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
It's a big leap, but you gotta do it if you're interested in the person, right?
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah.
And how did this leap start? How did you go from being friends to talking about something else, liking each other? When was this moment? What happened? From these awkward
He never knows
situations.
anything.
Yeah, I always forget.
You forget everything.
I will talk you through it because
Sorry.
he just.
Okay, Oliver,
So
tell us, Keisha.
So in 2016, that's when we actually decided to have this conversation about dating.
Okay.
We
But
were,
how did you decide?
so
How
we were
was it?
noticing each other from 2015 to 2016, just joking around, just making these comments, etc. But then it just came to a point where we actually spoke to each other and said, "Look, I like you. Do you like me? Like, yeah, okay, we have a mutual feeling
But
towards each
who,
other."
who did that first?
It was actually him. He messaged me
wasn't it?
first.
Yeah,
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 he
yeah.
messaged me.
It was through message.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
I just
messaged
dropped
me.
her a message. I said, "Look, do you like me?"
Yeah.
And I think she tried to
Just
evade
kinda
the
go
conversation. She was like, I don't. I said, "Look, do you like me?"
Yeah, yeah.
And then she said,
Yes
"Yes."
or
And
no?
then I
Poll.
said, "Yeah."
You create a poll on Telegram. Do you like me? Yes or no?
It's either yes or no.
No, basically, yeah.
There's no other option.
Literally.
Yeah.
So once that happened, I think was it the next day or a couple of days after, we went to go and speak to our pastor at the time.
Yeah, we went to speak to our pastor just to let him know.
How did you decide this, Oliver? To send this message? How was it? Did you pray about it? Did you just went? Because it took a year.
Yeah.
It took 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liking her.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, it
When
was-
did you decide this?
You know what it was? I think it was the things that I noticed about her. Because I had been in previous relationships before, and I was speaking to someone at the time before, I started liking Keisha, and I remember there was one particular trait that really stood out to me about her, which was her patience and her understanding. And so I was like, she's so patient. Like I know that I'm a difficult person. I know that already. And it's just the fact that because we were in the youth group at the time together, and she was my vice leader, I was the leader, and she was just so patient with how difficult I was being, in terms of hitting targets, in terms of, reaching out to the youths and evangelism, etc. So I was like, okay, you know what? She can actually deal with me. So, and she's so patient, she's so understanding. So I think these are the traits that I'm looking at. And then
She was already showing the traits of a wife.
exactly, yeah,
Give
yeah,
you
yeah.
the support.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah, and plus the tribe that we had at the time
like our
was
family,
was literally a family. So Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and literally just the cubs. So we just really just loved the team. And so all of those traits were coming through, and then I noticed all of that, and I was just observing, etc. And then it got to a point where I said, you know what, I've been waiting for too long, so let me just ask
So
her.
you build up
Yeah.
for a year.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And
You were sure this is it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that.
you took the leap.
Yeah,
Right?
the
What
leap
day
of
was
faith.
it? Do you remember?
It was a Monday.
Yeah, Monday
It was a
before the
Monday
service.
Before the service, yeah.
Monday before the service.
Yeah. So
Well, the message wasn't sent on Monday before the service. We
Yeah.
spoke a few days before, but
Yeah.
Monday before the service, that's when we spoke to the pastor. I remember that day
Ah,
very
Monday's where you spoke to the
well.
pastor.
Yeah. We got
Okay.
taken to a room. It was like an interview. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm
So did you
scared.
say, I like you? Did you answer, I like you?
Yeah, at the end of it, I was just like, yeah, I actually do like you. I do. Because it was just, it was obvious. I was just
So
shy.
you tried to evade the question?
Yeah, try to dodge it. Because it was just, first of all, in my head, I was just like, we've been sort of friends for such a long time. Like, how can we go from friends to
Yeah.
now in a relationship?
Yeah.
But then after he just came and said it, I was
It's
just
a
like,
difficult
it is.
Yeah.
situation.
It
But
is.
but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Right? You have to
True.
be courageous,
Yeah.
be bold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe they are singles in this position, Mila.
Yeah, they are in the friend zone. They
Yeah.
don't know how to leave
Yeah.
that
one,
zone.
one likes the other, or both like each other, but they don't
Yeah.
have the courage to talk about it, to go from
Yeah.
their friendship to something else.
Or they are even afraid of, like, what if the person doesn't like me? Is this friendship gonna be awkward from now on?
Did you have these fears? What if she doesn't like me?
I did, but at the same time, because I was so sure of the way that she was behaving,
Yeah.
and plus because everyone else was just
So
saying,
she was
yeah,
giving
no,
clear
yeah,
signs.
clear
I
signals,
like
clear
you.
signs. I said, yeah, okay, yeah, no problems whatsoever. I would just go and ask
Yeah.
her, and yeah.
Yeah. And because there's a point that, you have fears, but the love is much stronger,
Yeah.
right? So you don't stay with the fear. You say, no, I wanna try,
Yeah.
because what I have to gain is much more than what I have to
To
lose.
lose, exactly.
And you just go for it. Very nice.
Yeah.
And then you spoke to the pastor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the pastor
Monday
put you in the
before
room.
service.
You were so afraid. Oh my God, what did I do?
Yeah, and the
Uh-huh.
way it was, but the way he did, and he blessed us at the end of it. He gave us a word and told us
amen.
how we should go from there.
You see,
Blessed us.
you shouldn't be afraid
Yeah.
to speak to the pastor, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because we pastors, we are married. It's not like we don't want people to get married, right? We want to
We
bless
want to
people.
bless
We just want to make sure people are doing the right thing, right? It's always
Yeah.
good to ask for the pastor advice. Again, we're never going to forbid, right? We can't do that.
Yeah.
But we can give an advice. We know people. Your pastor may know something you don't know, right? He may ask you to wait. There's a reason for that, right? And he might see something that you guys don't see. So it's always good to ask for advice. Really nice.
Yeah.
How long did you date for?
About a year.
Literally, everything was
Literally
1 year.
Everything took 1 year. So I waited for a year to ask her if she liked me. We
Dated
dated for a year, and then we were engaged for a year, and then we got married, and
the
then
next year.
yeah, the very next
Wow.
year. Yeah.
So literally everything happened year after year.
Yeah.
After that.
Literally, it was
Yeah.
just progression.
Okay,
Yeah.
1 year. No,
Yeah.
1 year. Okay, now it's time to get married.
Yeah.
1 year.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you've been married for 3 years and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Oh, brilliant.
Honestly, you know what? You have the cliche of people saying, "Oh, I married my best friend," but I literally married like my twin. Like when people look at me, they see him, and vice versa. Like we
Wow.
are a clear reflection of each other, and our relationship has helped us not only in our physical aspect with our family, but also spiritually. Like we kind of bounce off of each other. We're just we're literally one.
Yeah, literally
well,
we are.
of course we are,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
nice.
I
And
agree.
Did you guys have problems adapting?
We did. We did. We did. It was.
Keisha answered that way before you.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, she's already.
While you were still thinking, she was already.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Because people hear how beautiful they're one,
Yeah.
they're best friends, but
But
you
yeah.
get there.
Yeah, but let's
That's
see.
the
What
process,
kind of
right?
what kind of problems you guys had or adapting?
I think she had this sort of attachment to her mother. Like she had a huge attachment to her mother. So any little problem that happened, any inconvenience, she just went to her mum's house and just sort of cooled off there, and it was like, oh great. So, but her mother-in-law, my mother-in-law, her mother is not a problem whatsoever. She's always really welcoming and really loving as well. Like she literally calls me her son. So
Yeah, the problem is not the mother-in-law.
yeah,
the
yeah,
problem
yeah,
was
never-
that behavior,
exactly. Yeah.
running away from problems,
Yeah.
going to mom,
Yeah.
right? Instead of talking
Yeah.
about it, solving, right? So you did that for quite a few
Yeah, in
times.
the first year of the marriage it was so difficult because I'm really like so close with my mom and my sister. We have like a friendship. So I just felt like he was taking me away from her. Like I still wanted to, when we got married, I wanted to still stay there for like a few months just to kind of, get comfortable with being married. And he
The
was like,
transition,
no.
right?
Yeah, and he was like, no, we have to go like right now. And I was like, no, let's stay for like a few months to kind of just get used to each other. He didn't understand that at all. But then when we moved to our place, was just like, honestly, I felt so sad, like,
Yeah.
because it was just so different for me. I've never been in this kind of situation before. It was just, yeah. in
You
the
never
beginning.
left your mom's house.
No, always lived with
That's
my
what the
mom,
Bible
always.
says. No, you're gonna leave your
Father,
father and your mother,
Yeah.
and
Is that
you're gonna
correct?
form a new
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
And,
That must happen.
But it is a difficult transition.
Yeah.
You know, lots of things are changing at once, right?
Yeah.
You're living with someone you never lived before,
Yeah.
your husband or your wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
You lose your family. You go to a new place, a new house, right? It's a lot of things going on at the same time. It's a big shock.
True.
No wonder, right?
Yeah.
Very true.
And now
But you-
you
but
have
you
someone
overcame
else to
this.
take care of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was only you before.
So you were being taken care of by your mom, and now you have to take care of.
someone
Now
else.
you are the mom of the house, right?
You're the new
Where's
mom.
my mom?
Gotta clean after you. Like in my mind, I thought I was gonna be his new house slave. Like do everything for him, clean up after him, cook for him, clean for him. And I wasn't one to cook. I hated cooking. So when I found out like he had like a big appetite, he likes to eat, I was just like, oh, I'm in trouble. So I'll go to my mum's house and ask her to make something, and I'll bring it home, and then I'll dish it out for us every night. I'll ask my mum, can you make us this? She'll make it for the week. So then,
ladies, probably your husband probably has a big appetite. Your husband, your future husband, probably likes to eat.
Yeah.
I think all men like to eat.
yeah.
Oliver is not an exception, right, Oliver?
Yeah.
It's very true.
You're more like the rule,
Yeah.
right? You're not the exception. Oliver, what kind of difficulties you had in your relationship at the beginning?
For me anyway, it was very difficult for me to communicate. So communication with my wife was really. So I was as I said, I was in the church pretty much all my life, and I was very much used to sort of straightforward talking. Let's do this, let's do that. If something's not done, why is it not done? Come on, let's do it. Let's use our faith. And she was very much a lot more, emotional. I would say emotional and a lot more feelings, and she needed to be, take a bit more time to warm up to certain things. And so, in my way of communicating with her, it didn't really change. It was still very much, why is the dishes not done? Why is this not done? Why is my shirt not done? Why is this out of place? Why is that out of place? It was awful. So I just had to adapt with the way that I was communicating. It was actually awful, to be honest, because there was a lot of times where I actually upset her quite a few times, and obviously it did sort of bring you to tears and stuff. So that for me, it just seeing her in tears at the time, it was just heartbreaking. But then at the time, I didn't see it like that. I just saw it as, well, you're just being emotional. Just get on with it, sort of thing. So obviously that needed to change, and
Yeah.
thank goodness it did. So
Yeah.
Stop being emotional.
yeah.
Emotions are from the devil.
Just trying to get used to the routine, all those new things at once.
So a lot of pressure, a lot of things
Yeah.
changing, right?
Yeah.
You need to allow some time, some room for that, right? You need to be understandable, and I think the guys, they need to understand that your wives are not your buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wives are not your buddies, right? They are princesses, right? And they need to be taken care,
Pampered.
right?
Pampered.
Very softly, very gently,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Very differently than we're accustomed to deal with our friends,
Yeah.
right? So, okay, that's really good. So you had to learn
Yeah,
this.
definitely had to learn that because I just saw that because, well, at the time I didn't see it, but now reflecting on it, I could see that obviously the transition from living at home to now living, with a partner was really, really difficult for her. And so I didn't help by adding more pressure for her to do things that she wasn't used to doing. So at home, her mum would cook. So that was not a problem. And then obviously when she came to live with us now, like when we were living together, it was pretty much a thing where she had to cook. She was the one that was cooking, etc. I wouldn't mind chipping in. That wasn't a problem. But I didn't want to cook the whole meal. That was not my job, sort of thing. But yeah, as time went on, we started communicating a lot more. We got to a compromise. Well, I'll make some meals, you make some meals, and yeah,
Nice.
it's now pretty much me cooking. I love cooking, to be honest. So yeah, it's good. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So continue to invest in your marriage.
Yeah,
3 years and a half, you guys doing great.
Yeah.
But there is always more to learn.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a journey. We make mistakes, right?
Yeah.
But we have to be forgiving.
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 Yeah.
Yes, we have to be forgiving to each other
Yeah.
and learn how to get better every day. Keep investing in your marriage always.
Absolutely.
All right? There's so much more to learn.
Yeah.
So much more lessons that you're going to be able to help others with. Okay? Helping all the couples as well in your branch.
And with time, you learn to understand your partner's uniquenesses, right?
Yeah.
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 Like their strengths, the things they're not so good at, and you learn to understand and not like criticize those things,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And
That's right.
and be always cheering.
But let me ask you this. What do you like the most about your wife, Oliver? What do you like the most about her?
I think her attention to detail is phenomenal. Like she notices things that I don't notice at all. So her attention to detail in terms of organizing, in terms of cleanliness, in terms of just everything. Like just an example. It was my birthday a couple of months ago, and she had planned everything to a T, literally. A spa weekend, and it was outside of London. She booked the tickets, she booked the actual spa. She literally everything was just immaculate. Like everything was just seamless. And I think the journey back, I said, "Oh yeah, why don't we do this?" And then she was like, "Okay, cool, let's do that." And then it went wrong. So that was great. I should have just left you to it. Literally, great. Yeah. So her attention to detail was just phenomenal. So yeah, I love that about her. Yeah.
That's nice. And you, Keisha, what do you like the most about Oliver?
I love the fact that he's charismatic. His charisma is very, very attractive because he knows how to be a people person and knows when to, tone it down a little bit. And he knows how to, before he used to talk to me in a very, tough way. I remember he used to talk to me how he used to talk to the team, how he used to be very disciplined with the team. But he learned how to kind of turn it down a little bit and learn how to, speak to me in the proper way where we can have proper conversations. But he knows how to put on different hats when he's speaking to different people. Not that you're being, changing, but you just know how to.
So he was treating you like the VYG girl in his team.
Yeah, like the way he would rebuke me at home. I was like, excuse me,
Things has changed.
Yeah, like
Changed
what's
now.
going on? Like that was years ago. Like
Sunday Live.
yeah, things have changed completely. But now he knows how to, even though he's very disciplined at church and the way he conducts himself, but at home he's also the same. But he has, a way of being at home. So
That's so nice. Guys, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you
thank
for
you for having
welcoming
us.
All right. And you're always welcome to come. I'm pretty sure there's more stories, right?
Yeah.
And maybe one day you guys can come back
Yeah,
here.
sure.
All right.
Sure.
Absolutely.
In the program. Hope you enjoyed. And I'm sure that you were very blessed with this story. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
God bless you. Have a good night. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.